It's your boy. I'm back. Listen, you can go all the way back to when President Trump came into office and see my posts. And I told you that this was going to happen. Told people like Jenny Lawrence, it's obvious. This is going to happen. And a few other my friends that are still my friends, even though we disagree. Now, with all that being said, the paperwork is out. And thanks to the Democrats, who I want to say thank you for teaching me on what a president can do in an election and what he can do after an election, what the Senate does opposed to what the House does, what they can say about you and get away with it because they have immunity in the House, what reporters can lie to you about without getting fired. I've learned all this. I appreciate it. In high school, I never learned it. I don't know why. It's so interesting. But thanks to the elections, the last two, really, I've learned a lot of things. And what we've all learned through the Russian hoax is, and the Ukraine fiasco, is that if there's somebody running against you, you're not allowed, nor are you allowed, if you're in office, to plot against them. Let's see what the Democrats did. And thank you to the Democrats for teaching us how to spot the criminals.
Major breaking news today.
Major
asking of Michael Flynn.
Now, this guy right here, his name is Juan Diaz. His goal is to be the Democrat on this show. And he is a true Democrat to heart. He doesn't care if they get caught with the vote in their hand and the puncher in the other hand. He will say whatever he can say to make sure that it looks like they weren't doing nothing. And you got to give it to him. That's his job. That's what he does. Now listen to him put the spin on what we know is the true evidence of what we have been told wasn't the evidence over 2 years. Let's see.
We're awaiting reaction from President Trump, and we'll bring that to you very soon. GOP senators releasing the names of key Obama administration officials who may have received the identity of Flynn.
Did you hear what he said? Who may. He stressed that because he knows it was the paperwork that said who listened in on this phone call. Let's look.
After it was unmasked. On the list, former Vice President Joe Biden, former FBI Director Jim Comey, and former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper. The list also includes President Obama's former Chief of Staff, Dennis McDonough. Joe Biden was asked about this yesterday, about the Flynn investigation. Take a look at what he said.
Good old Joe.
I know nothing about those moves to investigate Michael Flynn. I thought you asked me whether or not I had anything to do with him being prosecuted. Okay. I'm sorry. I was aware that they asked for an investigation, but that's all I know about it, and I don't think anything else.
Senator Rand Paul is one of the first Republicans to react.
No, he ain't. I've been saying this shit for 3 years. Go back in my post and check it out. I got other stuff to do.
Look at what he's saying.
You remember there was a whole to-do about trying to impeach a president, saying they were using the power of government to go after a political opponent.
Sure was.
This is a smoking gun, if there ever was one, that Vice President...
It's the gun!
Biden was using the power of government, abusing that power to go after a political opponent.
Did you hear that? Using the power of the office to go after a political opponent. And they have the paperwork. Their own paperwork. I'm not talking about the Republicans. I'm talking about the Democrats' own paperwork. Caught red-handed. Using the power of the office to go after the next sitting president. Now, they wanted you to believe the Russia stuff and all that. We know there's a crime there and we have the right to look for it. Do you think they're going to look for this when the crime is right there? I don't think so. That's why you're not going to see any of this. on CNN. They're going to put their spin. This means nothing. This is a travesty. It is. We are all getting the opportunity right now to witness the people that are in charge of keeping us in charge fall victim to their own charges. If the Democrats would have just let Donald Trump be fucking president, he would have probably did something and overstepped his grounds for y'all to probably get him. But just like every single time, just like every poker hand, when you see the guy there licking his lips, looking at his cards and trying to hide it, they just couldn't wait. Overplayed their hand. Now they're busted trying to stack the deck. Go figure that out. Do yourself a favor, people. When it comes to election, now I don't know if the Republicans after Donald Trump are going to be worth the fuck. I don't. I didn't like him before him. I'll be honest with you. I liked Obama. I voted for the guy. Really thought that he was going to do the job. I'm 50. You know, I wanted to see a black president before I died. Why not? Let's try it out. Just like Trump said, what do you have to lose? Turns out we lost a lot. And not because of his color, but because of the people that stood behind him. They goaded him, pushed him, told him what to do. Now you got to deal with those decisions on your own. Donald Trump, he's used to getting the foot in the ass, but not by people that are powerful. That's why it isn't happening here, because he knows how to maneuver through these cats. They hate him. He still talks to them nice. Until they piss him off, then you mess with the bull and you get the horn. And remember, they're going to get the horn. When it comes down to vote, if you're okay with this, I have no problem with you voting Democrat. Vote Democrat. Keep it alive, because it's crumbling. The evidence is right here. You can choose to ignore it, or you can choose to look the other way like they want you to. But let me ask you this. The last time you did a crime, the last time the police had evidence right on you, the last time the judge had the case and knew that you were guilty with all the evidence, did they just rush that and brush it to the side? Did they say, he's guilty, but come on. It's Lee. Everybody knows Lee. Come on. Good old Lee. I can tell you that never happened to me. And I can almost 100% guarantee that unless you're a Kardashian, Tom Cruise, or any bonehead like that, who thinks that because they could envelop themselves into a character and make us laugh for an hour and a half that they can tell us what to do. It will never happen for you. You ain't got enough money, nor do they care enough about you. But when you're at the top up here and you create crimes like treason, and it's right out there, we ain't heard that word in years. All of a sudden, when we had to focus on the pancake that Donald Trump stole when he was 11, or was it 7? I think it was 7 or 11. Let's just say 7-11. They had that all over the news, but now the evidence against them is stacked up. Don't see it on one of their channels telling them the truth. But you can tell them the truth when it's time to vote. When it comes down to vote, you stand in that line and you vote Republican. And after Donald Trump, I promise you, I'm going to be on the next dude. I'm going to find out who it is, if I don't already know who it is already. And I will do the same due diligence on them. But do yourself a favor. If you're okay with them doing this to him, then don't complain when they do it to you.